Okay, oh, I saw it. Okay.
Yeah.
But how long did you extend it?
I didn't give a demo.
Thank you. Okay, I'd like to call the public hearing for local law 1, 2019 to order. If we could all stand for the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. Mara, if you could do a roll call.
Councilmember Gully is absent. Councilmember Parator.
Here.
Councilmember Cummings.
Here.
Councilmember December.
Present.
Councilmember Kennedy.
Here.
Council President Mantello.
Here.
5 present, 1 absent.
Council President, I move that the council resolve itself into a committee of the whole for the purpose of conducting a public hearing.
Beautiful. Clerk, if you could read the publication, Mark.
The city charter held regarding a local law amending the charter of the city of Troy, section C-48, authorizing the payment of eligible delinquent taxes in installments. Said public hearings shall be held on Wednesday, February 13th at 6 p.m., Thursday, February 21st at 5:45 p.m., and Thursday, March 7th at 6:45 p.m. in council chambers, Troy City Hall, 433 River Street, Troy, New York. All interested parties may be heard, and complete copies of the proposed local law shall be made available online and at the city clerk's office for public inspection beginning February 11th, 2019.
Perfect. And just for the public that is watching, the 2 or 3 people or 200 or 300 people, local law 1 is to authorize the administration to do installment payments, arrangements for folks who owe back taxes. Long story short, the original charter actually had the language when the new charter was implemented in July of 2016. This was left out. So we are now looking at a local law that would essentially retroactive it for about, I believe, 50 folks. Initially, I think we had talked about 75, but it looks like 50 different taxpayers this would retroactive it. I'm certainly in favor of it. What I, would like to ask, and we can also ask at the finance, because I know Mr. Gully had some questions, but saying that, the big thing is I've asked the AG, I've requested an opinion. Just can a local law be retroactive? I've never seen that, but, be that as it may. And I did see some of the dates of the installment agreements, and some of them were pretty recent in January. So, the big question is, when did the administration, find out, oh, shoot, it's not in the charter? And then B, because it is almost 2 years now, actually longer, and then B, I believe that you believe we can go retroactive, and we'll see what the AG says. But saying that, it is important. It's certainly something that shouldn't have been left out of the original charter. I believe that. But when did we discover this? And, who authorized, okay, Andy, like who actually makes these payment arrangements? And, so say so-and-so's back taxes, maybe you can tell us the process.
Yeah,
Thanks.
I mean, what has happened.
And thank you for coming
Yeah,
down.
no problem. The agreements are in the treasurer's office and the taxpayer. To answer your first question about when we found this out, December, a taxpayer inquired as to whether she would qualify for installment plan. At that point, I checked. I think I had to check the charter at that point. I was used to the old charter, and Joe authorized it. And it was at that time I discovered that it wasn't in the current charter in December of 2018.
Okay, and then in January, you still made arrangements?
So we may have entered into arrangements at that point because we believe that it was a good faith agreement between the taxpayers and the city of Troy. It was not inconsistent with the real property tax law, and it was consistent with the prior charter. And we believe that we could get a retroactive law passed. And I believe that this council passed a retroactive law in the last year for a senior exemption. It was either a senior exemption or veterans exemption.
Veterans was, I
authorized.
think, to continue the 10-year.
Right, but I believe it went retroactive back to the neighborhood legislation.
Okay, I'll take a look. Okay. And, you know, so the treasurer's office makes the arrangements and we're looking,
We have someone in the comptroller's office that people contact, they set up an appointment to come in. It's all boilerplate stuff. They're allowed one
okay,
over their lifetime. It's all,
That's
the
it.
charter the language in the law dictates, so if you came in today to make one, you'd have to pay in full your 2017-18 Troy School District taxes, pay in full your first installment of your 2019 property taxes. Then you pay 10% today of your outstanding balance, and the remaining 90% goes on an installment agreement. The maximum time that they're allowed for is 24 months. You can pay monthly, quarterly, semi-quarterly. It's all, but there's not much option
Right.
in there. The only option they get is how often they pay.
okay. And, you know, I think we're looking at what, a couple $100,000. I didn't add them up yet, but I think it's roughly.
So as of today,
220, maybe.
there's $131,000 outstanding on all installment agreements. That includes ones that are currently in bankruptcy.
Oh, okay.
We did some research today of all the ones that we've done since July 1st, 2016. Everyone has paid in full, no one has defaulted on them. And the trigger for that would be no one's been foreclosed on that's entered these agreements.
Sure.
Yeah, Mr. Kennedy.
Andy, would entering into an installment agreement at any time, would that exempt further interest charges on taxpayers that through?
Yeah, so the lien becomes part of the installment agreement. There is an interest charge. There are interest, it's like paying a loan, right? There's principal and interest on it. The interest is dictated by
Statute.
by a legal amount, but there's no actual interest accruing monthly on that property tax bill any longer.
Any further discussion? Okay, I'll open it up to the public. Luke, it looks like you're the only one here. Do you have any questions or? Okay, we will close the public hearing forum part. Does anyone have any additional? We have a motion to adjourn. Do we have a second?
A second.
Second, Councilmember Perigin, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you so much for coming down, and Andy, thanks for hanging out. And Mara, I will not take it.
I'll take a picture.